Hi everybody, it's Mr. D at In the Middle with Mr. D1 at blogspot.com with teaching tips for Lesson 18, Day 3 of my sight singing program S Cubed, available on Teachers Pay Teachers at Music in the Middle with Mr. D. Now today's lesson is a really critical one because it's the first time they're going to actually combine skips and steps in a sight singing exercise with rhythm. So we are also focused on speed in this exercise because we want them to develop speed in their ability to identify the names of the notes using solfege so that they can focus on the rhythm and on the hand signs and finding the pitch. So we're putting a lot of skills together. So when they walk in the room today, I'm going to put up a little slide that says, get out a sheet of paper and a pencil and be ready because your activity is going to be timed. I did the same thing yesterday. So then I'm going to flash it up, and they're going to have 2 minutes to name the notes using solfege. I'm going to say 5 after 5 seconds and 10 after 10 seconds. I'm just going to time the kids, and I'm going to tell them you should note when you finish, approximately 20 seconds or approximately 25. And make a note on your paper, and then when it's over at the 2-minute mark, I'm going to ask, who finished it in under 60 seconds. Then I'm going to go down until I find the person who was fastest. And usually that's around 25 seconds. That's usually about the fastest person. And I'm going to ask them to name the pitches so we can check their accuracy. And I'm going to make a big deal out of it. I'm going to say, obviously you have speed. Everybody who is 30 seconds. So let's see if you're accurate. And they're going to name them. Usually they'll miss like 1. Or maybe 2, but usually 1 answer, which is great, when you're trying to go fast like that. So we'll celebrate that for a moment, but we'll talk about the people who took up to 2 minutes and how I'll ask, were your answers correct? How your speed is not good, so we have to get that faster in the coming lessons. That's your goal. So I want them to have the goal, so they know what they're shooting for, so they might have more chance of being successful when they combine pitch and rhythm, and the pitches are getting harder with the skips and steps combined. So that's how I'm going to approach it. And then after that, we're going to play the game using the pattern that's inside the lesson plan. Then we're going to do follow the hand. We're going to use skips and steps combined. I'm going to do thirds, fourths, fifths, octaves mixed with steps. I'm going to make it quite difficult for them. I'm going to go for a minute long or so and help them to find those pitches. And if they miss one, they've got to maybe get it the next time around when it comes back around. We'll go for a minute or so. And then we're going to attack the sight singing example. Big deal today because it does combine the skips and steps, as I mentioned. There are a lot of teaching tips on this one. I want you to take your time with that sight singing example. I want you to look at it with the kids before you have them sing the scale and the arpeggio, and have them identify where the skips are versus the steps. Let them take a look. Let them even think about what the names of the notes are before they try to sing it, before you let them go into chaos. This is really critical. We need them to be successful so they continue to feel good about their abilities, because they can do it, but we've got to really guide them. And then there's a technique listed on the sight singing example called isolation. We want to teach them some more tools for their toolbox, and isolation is a pitch tool that I use to help them during their chaos, to teach them how to use that chaos period effectively rather than going right back to the beginning all the time. So you can read about that inside the sight singing lesson. That's what's going to happen on this very critical day. This is the milestone right here. This is why I call this lesson the milestone. So I hope it's working for you. Please give me some feedback at Music in the Middle with Mr. D on Teachers Pay Teachers, or you can send me a message on my blog at In the Middle with Mr. D1 at blogspot.com. Have a great day.